guys, it's me, Crystal. So today I thought it would be fun to do the Finally Fall book tag and unbox September's OwlCrate at the same time. And September's theme was Haunted Hearts, so when I saw the description of the book, it was a book that has been on my TBR for a while. And since I wanted the book anyway, I thought why not get the fancy signed edition anyway. So let's get this open and let's answer some questions. And if it's not fun, I'm not going to do this anymore, but I thought it would be fun. So let's take a peek inside the box. And the first thing we have is our spoiler card with our theme, Haunted Hearts. Lovely. We love it. Okay, so tag. So first question of the tag, and also FYI, I will have all the questions in the description box below, along with a link to OwlCrate, in case you want to answer any of the questions, or you just want to look at the questions, because I do. Okay, so the first question is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. Okay, so I picked The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. I know this is not a fall book. This is a summer book, but it's very atmospheric and it's very vivid, and I just loved the imagery and, like, you know, just like the atmosphere in this book. And this is the first book I thought of when I saw this question. And I tried to get myself to pick a fall book, but I just wanted to go with this one. So this is really good, by the way. It's about this town that's being haunted by the spirit of these three sisters who were drowned in the ocean for witchcraft years ago. And every summer they come back for swan season starting on the solstice. And for a period of time, the spirits possess the bodies of three local girls, and they go and they drag, you know, boys to a watery grave. It's fun. And then the second question, and then we'll take some stuff out of the OwlCrate box. The second question is, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. So I do not read a lot of books that deal with heavy topics. And I haven't read this book, but I picked it anyway. So I picked Some Kind of Happiness by Claire Legrand. This is a middle grade book about this girl who has this fantasy world in her head, and it's a place she goes to just like help her deal. I think she's dealing with depression. Even though I did not finish Winter Spell, I DNF'd it. I really like Claire Legrand's writing, and I thought her writing was beautiful in that book. So that is like a white Nutcracker retelling. But anyway, so I figure her writing will probably also be beautiful in this book, and it deals with heavier topics, and I wanted to pick this one. So the first thing I pulled out is this box, and I think this is drinkware. They've been doing this series of drinkware all year for each season, and so it says reading through the seasons, and it holds 16 ounces or 470 milliliters, and it is dishwasher and microwave safe. So the back says that this is designed by Margarita Chomick, and it is OwlCrate's Ode to Autumn, and this is a ceramic travel mug featuring a quote from Emily Bronte. I really like the other two mugs that I've gotten in boxes from them. So this is what our mug looks like, and it has this flexible top and flexible heat guard that I need to get off so we can see this quote. Look at that. Looks whimsical. And it says, every leaf speaks bliss to me, fluttering from the autumn tree. And the next thing I'm pulling out is this box. And it says, hearts were beautifully fierce, yet fragile things. Oh. Yes. Oh my gosh. Me and my pins and my pin-like things. So I will get this out so you can see it better. Oh, and they gave us ink. So nice. So we have a sand and a pen and a place to put our ink. This is so cute. I mean, I'm assuming it's a place to put our ink. It doesn't fit in there perfectly, but yeah, this is really cute. I really like pens. So I like ink pens and the pens that don't have ink in them. And it's really funny because sitting on my desk, I have this, which is similar. You would put ink in here, and then it's supposed, there's like this spiral thing, and it's supposed to like catch on the spiral thing and then drip down as you write. I haven't tried to use it yet. And then we have this calligraphy pen. This is really cute. And there's like a rose design on the end here. And then again on our holder, there's a rose design inside. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And our little ink pot says Cresswell in the Wadsworth Investigative Services Forensic Ink. I don't know what that's from, but this is really cute. Also, if you don't know, Krystal really likes little bottles like this. It's a little embarrassing. I also really like this box that it came in. So back to the finally fall tag. Question 3 is, fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. So I went with Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, and this is a graphic novel memoir. And this is in 2 parts. So the first part is the part that I read like when I was in college. And the first part, she is a teenager growing up in Iran, like during a revolution. And the second part of the book is she goes back to Iran as an adult. And so I'm looking forward to reading that part of the story. But I picked this because I did learn something from this book when I read it, you know, about like other cultures. Because like when I got to college, that was like the first time that was like really being exposed to like international literature that wasn't like a classic, you know. But yeah, I thought this was a really interesting format for this kind of book. We don't get too many like nonfiction memoir graphic novels, and I thought it was very interesting and accessible. Question 4 is, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family / household / friend group that you would like to be a part of. If you guys are familiar with the story, you're gonna think I'm weird. But I picked A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And I really love this book. I think this is one of my favorite books when I was growing up. And it's also a movie. And it was one of my favorite movies. That and The Secret Garden, also written by the same author. In this book, we have Sarah, and Sarah is in this boarding school, and she's like a pampered rich girl like all the other pampered rich girls. And then her dad goes missing. I think he's a soldier. I don't 100% remember, but he goes missing. And so the headmistress of this boarding school, she thinks the girl is poor now and she's an orphan, and so she treats her like she treats all poor orphans, kind of like a maid. It's really, really sad, but it has a very happy ending, and it's so heartwarming and so beautiful. And I really love Sarah, and I really love Becky, who's the other orphan girl in this boarding school. But the reason why I picked this book is because I really liked the main character, Sarah, and I really liked Becky, and I really loved to be their friend. Because, like, they were just, like, there for each other and very supportive and open, and I just loved that. And also, I really wanted to go to a boarding school when I was younger also. I actually did some research on it one time and gave a pitch to my mom, and it did not happen. But anyway, I love this. Okay, so let's pull a couple more things out of the OwlCrate box. And next we have this. Oh, interesting. So we get this. This is interesting. So it says, there's music in your soul. And we get this beautiful rose motif again. I love roses, you guys. Love, love. This is cute. So the little insert says that this is a wooden page holder. Interesting. I've seen these. I haven't used one before, but this is cute. So I will display this somewhere if nothing else. This is how you're supposed to use it. You put your finger in there and it holds the page open. I mean, I should try it at least once, right? And the next thing I'm pulling out is this pen. Oh, this is cute. All these pens are starting to grow on me, you guys. This is cute. It's a candle with some roses on the candle holder. I really like candles, and I've already mentioned that I love roses. That's really cute. So, again, I don't know how well you guys can see the details because I don't know how to get my phone to focus on stuff. But anyway, it looks like this, and that's really cute. All right, so back to the book tag. Why am I doing it like this? So question 5 is the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall colored spines. Okay, you guys, I actually pulled these books on the shelf. I didn't pull that many, obviously, because just the thought of trying to pull fall colored books off the shelf was not super appealing, and this is not cute either. But these are the ones that I picked. So I picked yellow, this kind of gold, orange, bright orange, and red. But yes, just so you see what these books are. It's Funny by Mona Wad, one of the best books ever. It's one of my favorite books. And then I have The Confessions of Catherine de' Medici by C.W. Goitner. And I picked Daughters of Sparta by Claire Haywood. And then I picked Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski. Okay, question 6. As fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside, share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. I mean, you can call me out on this, but I picked this, Part of Your World by Liz Breswell. This is a twisted tale. What if Ariel had never defeated Ursula? I haven't read this book. I only read like the first couple chapters and I stopped because I was not in the mood. But I still want to read this. Eric is putting on a play that's kind of like playing out the events of The Little Mermaid, how it originally went, which is how he wanted it to go, where he's like a hero and there's a mermaid and, evil witch or whatever. And I don't know how prevalent it is in the book, but it is a story within a story, although technically all books is someone telling the story. But I picked this one because it came to mind because I was thinking about the play that Eric is putting on within the story. So he's telling the story about the original Little Mermaid story. So I think this works. Okay, back to the unboxing. You guys, this is a mess on my end. Anyway, so we have just a few more things left. So we have our postcard for next month's October, for this month's book box, which is Wilder Blade. And we have our insert, which is our author interview. Let's get this little box open. And it says it is a Haunted Hearts coaster set, featuring quotes from The Vampire Diaries, Crimson Peak, Northanger Abbey, and Pablo Neruda. Designed by Lichen and Limestone. Cute. I will take some more coasters. I do use coasters. Not the nice decorative ones, but the regular, like ceramic ones. It's cute. So this says, don't underestimate the allure of darkness. Even the purest hearts are drawn to it. That's cute. And then this one says, it is a monstrous love and it makes monsters of us all. It doesn't say which one specifically these quotes are from. Are they in order? Does anyone know? I saw Crimson Peak, the movie. Oh my gosh, it was so creepy. I loved it. I have read Vampire Diaries, but this is from the show specifically. I don't know how much the show drew from the books because I haven't watched the show. And then this third one says, beware how you give your heart. And this last one says, I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret between the shadow and the soul. That's beautiful. This got to be poetry, right? Pablo Neruda. Oh, beautiful. Always love it. So yeah, these are really cute. And then we have this by Riddle and Ravens in this very mysterious envelope. Oh, cute. So I think these are magnet picture frames. This one says it's easy to lose sight of what's real when you're lost in the stars. Roses and vines. And, you know, I think it's a picture frame. They look like picture frames. And then there's this one. And it says, all the time in the world is worth nothing if I don't get to spend it with you. That is from The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. I read that earlier this year. And I wrote that quote down because I loved it so much. Pretty sure it's in my reading journal for next year. Loved it. That was a really fun book. So yeah, so we have these two. Pretty sure that's what they are, but we'll check the spoiler card. This is a nice envelope. I think I'm going to keep it. So before we get to our book, let's answer a couple more questions. Question 7 is, the nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. So for this one, I'm going with Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. I listened to this video audiobook, I think a couple of fall seasons ago, and it was not scary, but it was definitely dark and creepy and disturbing and so fun. And the narrator did a great job, and I was like super into it. I gave it 4 stars because it wasn't scary, but it was so good and so fun. And question 8 is, the days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that can warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. I talked about this book already, but I haven't talked about in a minute. So I picked My Boyfriend is a Bear by Pamela Ribon and illustrated by Kat Ferris. You guys, this was so cute. And it sounds ridiculous. And I thought, you know, my recommendations had gone mad when this was recommended to me by Amazon. But it is so cute, you guys. It's about this girl, and she has a breakup with a guy. And this bear kind of follows her home and is like going through her trash and eating out of her trash. And, you know, she strikes up a relationship with this bear, and it is an actual bear. Okay, it's not a guy who's been turned into a bear. It's so ridiculous, but it is so cute and sweet and heartwarming and lovely. And it is good for this time of year because it kind of starts like in the summer and it goes through to winter time, to hibernation season. It is so cute. But yeah, it's the most ridiculous concept I've ever seen in my life. But yes, heartwarming, cozy, cute. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the tag because I think going back and forth is probably not the best idea I've ever had. So, question 9 is, fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. So, for that one, I picked Magic Knight Rare. And this is the 25th anniversary hardcover edition, and it is large. So we get to see some of my favorite scenes in a much larger format than I originally read them. And so I've been wanting to reread this for a while. And so when I saw these editions, I'm like, this is a perfect excuse to reread them. I have all of them. There's part 1 and part 2, and there's 3 books in each part. So this is a portal fantasy, and these 3 girls get pulled into this world. They're like soldiers, or like magical soldiers, and they are there to help the princess because the princess is in trouble. And whenever the princess is in trouble, then these magic knights are pulled from our world to this magical world to help. And it's so fun. And then the 10th question, which is the last question, because the 11th question is the tag someone question. And per usual, I don't tag anyone. If you have a channel or blog and you want to tag yourself and let me know. But the 10th question is, fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So I don't really have reading accessories, but I did go and get my cat mug that I think I got at Books A Million. I really like drinking out of this. And if you're wondering if I stab myself in the eyes with these ears, the answer is no. Have I thought I was going to stab myself in the eyes? No. Surprisingly, I haven't worried about it. But I do think about it sometimes when it's empty. I'm like, why am I not worried about it? But this is really cute. So unless I want a bigger mug, I usually use this one. Look at how cute she is. So cute. And so I like to drink tea out of this. But that's the closest I get to having like a cozy reading accessory. So it's for our book. We have our author letter on the back and some art. That is interesting. A letter from the author. And then this month's book is Lake's Edge by Lyndall Clipstone. And yeah, it's just no dust jackets. And it looks like this. And I'm really interested in this book. So one of the things they do is we have our author in review here. And then we have the original cover here and then what they did here. I also like the original cover. It's very gothic and like mysterious. Let me see what this book is about. I added this to my TBR months ago. I do not remember. We have this in paper. I love vines over here. So this is our author signature. Really cute. So as far as I know, this book is about this girl in this haunted mansion. But I will get a book description. We're going to go through the spoiler card. So we have our ceramic travel mug with our OwlCrate logo, part of the logo on the bottom. And then I was right. We have a pair of magnetic picture frames. And they're inspired by The Beautiful and the Shadows Between Us. The Beautiful is by Renee Audier. So I guess that is where this quote is from. Pretty. I've been on the fence about reading that book. So I haven't picked it up yet. I think I'm waiting for the series to be over. So I know how long it is. So I know what I'm getting into if I do want to read it. But it sounds interesting. So this calligraphy set is inspired by Stalking Jack the Ripper, which I think is by Carrie Maniscalco. And it says this quote on the box comes from the series, the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. Yeah, I really love this. We can't get enough pins and pen-like things over here. And then we have our theme-inspired coaster set. And again, I don't know which comes from which because they're in a different order on the spoiler card than they are on this, than they are on the box that they came in. But I can always Google it if I really want to know. But I really like these. These are cute. So let's take another look at them. Pretty. I'm pretty sure this is Pablo Neruda though. It's just so gorgeous. And then our Juniper and Ivy Designs wooden page holder is inspired by Winter Song. They don't have the author's name on here. Very interested in reading that book still. I think it's like fairies and it looks very cold and atmospheric. So that's where this comes from. And so it says our book, and they're describing this as atmospheric, and I love atmospheric books. So they're saying that we'll find a lush gothic romance about monsters and magic set on the banks of a cursed lake. Oh, sounds great. And it says perfect for fans of Crimson Peak, which I love, and Down Comes the Night, which is a book I have on my shelf. And then they said there's a bonus chapter only available in their edition. And then last we have our pen, and it says all the best gothic heroines find themselves cautiously walking through a darkly ominous manor house while clutching a candelabra, right? This is really cute. So yeah, so here's a close-up of our book. Has a key on the front, that's always good. And the foliage, always great. Keys and vines and flowers. And just cuz. Let's look at this. Gorgeous. And the spoiler card says that this is stained glass up here. I don't know if you can tell, but maybe you can tell a little bit that there's some light. If you hold this up to the light, I think light shows through the flame a little bit, which is nice. So that's all for this video. Hopefully it's not too much of a mess. If it is, I will never do this again. But yes, let me know if you're reading anything gothic and atmospheric right now, because let's help each other find more dark, gorgeous books, yes? And I will see you guys next time, and yeah, I hope your October is going great, and bye.